episode here. The last episode we left off, we actually made the brackets for the condenser and the radiator. So we have those things bracketed down at the bottom. I haven't really done the top yet. The top is still held in by zip ties. So I still have to make some type of bracketry for the top. But unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the welder actually ran out of gas. So I have to get the tanks refilled. And today's Sunday, so a lot of those places are not really open today. So I guess in the meantime, we can keep things moving and mess around with the intake manifold. So as you guys can see from the last episodes that we did, I actually decided to turn the intake to the front of the throttle body to the front of the engine versus the back, how everybody does it with the Civics and everything like that. The reason why, I explained it from previous videos, but the reason why I decided to do that because I don't want the throttle body to come out here and the intake, the downpipe and everything here, because there's going to be too much heat in this area over here. So I don't want the throttle body just soaking all that hot air into the intake and getting the intake temperatures kind of high. So I decided to go this way. So now the beautiful thing about doing it on this side, all I have to do is come off from the throttle body and I can start making my intercooler plumbing down for here. We already have the water, the windshield wiper bottle that sits right here, and it already has a hole right here if you can see that in the video. But only thing I would have to do is probably just widen the hole and then I can dump the intake down to here, and then it'll make an easy transition all the way out to the front of the intercooler, as you can see right there. So we're gonna mess around with that today and see what kind of difficulties we're gonna get with this one, and see what we have to do to rectify that. So this is a throttle body. This is not the exact one I'm gonna use. I think this is a 70mm. I'm probably gonna use a 74, so it's gonna be slightly bigger, and I'm probably not gonna have all these sensors and everything on it either. But one problem I'm already seeing right now, as you can see, the stock tensioner bracket is already sitting right in front of the throttle plate. So that's going to be a problem because now we can't get the throttle body to fit on. So that's going to have to be removed. I was thinking about cutting it and shaving it down a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to go that route anymore because there's a lot of aftermarket support for these engines that you can relocate your brackets and your compressor and your alternator and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to look into that. So for now, what we're going to do, we're just going to take off the whole housing for the water pump, which holds the tensioner. It holds the water pump pulley, and it also holds the compressor. So let's remove that and see how the throttle body. We'll bolt the throttle body up and see what kind of spacing we're going to have on this side. So let's do that. Alright guys, so as you can see, we went ahead and took off the water pump housing. I actually had to take the condenser out too because when I slid the water pump housing back, the condenser was in the way. But I put it back in because I need to see my spacing and everything in this area. We went ahead and pulled the radiator out. We don't need that right now. So let's put back on the manifold and see what we got. Wow, so there we go. We barely, see if we can focus. See, we barely have it just cleared right here, which wouldn't have been a big deal anyways, because I can always still notch this out and go back a little bit further with the condenser. So that's not a big deal, but man, you can probably fit 5 sheets of paper in between where the throttle position sensor is and the condenser. So we got lucky with that one. So now it will be an easy transition to come off the throttle body with the intercooler piping and go down right here and come around. So as far as the throttle cable, I'm gonna have to try and figure out how I'm gonna do that because now I might have to come under the intake manifold and come up to the throttle plate with the throttle. And I can also go with the drive-by wire setup, but still undecided about that yet. If I can use a cable, I'll just use a cable. I'm not trying to complicate things too much. I can always come up with a cable in between the runners right here, and probably tying a bracket right here to hold the cable and connect right there to the throttle body. So, what do you think, Mr. Chin?
Yeah, it sounds good, like a sort of a tuck. Yeah.
What would you do with this though? You just gonna...
No, this we're gonna get this out of here. Like I said, this already has a hole from factory, so basically the only thing I have to do is widen the hole so I can get the intercooler piping to go down between there.
You have anything you want to say?
Alright guys, so I'm here and I'm looking at this bracket and I want to see if it's even possible to even get this bracket to work back on here. But so far, I'm looking at it and it looks like definitely for sure this tension assembly is going to have to go. I'm going to have to take this off, and then my plan is once I remove the tension bracket, I can probably just go ahead and just cut right here along here. I can't cut too low because I don't know how far this pipe goes into this bracket. So, and this is, I think this is like a cooling pipe or something like that. So cooling has to flow through here. So we're gonna remove this bracket and put through here, and then I'm gonna put it back on, fit back on the throttle body and see if we can get away with using this. Like I said, I know they have the aftermarket stuff to eliminate this whole workload setup, but I'm gonna try to keep as much as the factory stuff as possible. If I don't have to buy the aftermarket stuff, why do I even go that around? You can still retain the factory stuff. So I'm gonna take the tension off now, and let's see what we got. So next step, we're going to try cut into this. I'm not going to go too low because, like I said, I don't want to interfere with the passage that the coolant flows through. So I'm just going to take off a little bit higher on this side. And I think once we do that, we should have enough clearance to go back onto the engine block and clear the throttle body and be a success. So let's do that. Let's get it over to the thing and start cutting this thing off. Alright guys, so as you can see, I went ahead and cut this bracket off, so that was nice and smooth. I got lucky, I didn't went in too deep, so that here is good still. So the coolant and everything can still pass through there. So let's put it back on the engine now and see what kind of clearance we have to the bottom of the throttle plate. I think it should be good. Let's take the manifold off and try it again. I'm going to have to take the condenser back on again. I'm nowhere in that area over there, man. If you guys die,
He set us up. You want to finish this project before me.
issue. We got that bracket piece cut off. So now we're gonna try put the throttle back on and see what kind of clearance we get. Okay, so now it looks like we have a little issue with the little piece that comes out here. I'm gonna have to shorten this because the TPMS is one of the sensors of the throttle body is touching against that piece. So as far as right here, we have enough clearance for right there right now, so that's not an issue. But we gotta clear that area. Maybe just take off an inch off of it, or half an inch, and that should clear it. So I'm gonna get the saw and clear that off right now, and we'll be back. Guys, I'm not gonna bother cut this off because I think they actually sell like the spacer for the fan, for the throttle body fan. So I'm looking at it right now, and if I buy the spacer, I would just clear everything to where I need to go. So that will put the throttle body on right about here with the spacer, and then I can still retain the factory nipple for cooling. So we can screw that back in there, no problems. And all we need is that spacer right there. We should be good. Okay, guys. So we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna run the spacer on this throttle body plate so it can come out and clear that, and we should be fine from here. Alright, so let's take it over to the chin and see what he's doing on his lap now. What you got going on over here, Chin?
Our existence is something that is spontaneous. Your hair grows by itself. Your heart beats by itself. You breathe pretty much by itself. You don't have voluntary control of these things. So we say it happens spontaneously.